Welcome to Face, the program
that frontally discusses
political and social issues in Nigeria. The weekly program brought to you on Wednesday by 6 p.m. Nigerian time, anchored by Prince Ewemade Concourse, powered by GCSDN.
Join us.
Good evening to all our wonderful viewers all over the world, and welcome to Face program. This is the program where we frontally discuss political and social issues in Nigeria. This weekly program is brought to you every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, anchored by my humble self, Prince Ewemade Concourse. Our topic for today is: what can the Independent Electoral Commission do to make sure people have confidence in the electoral process? The INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, should be held responsible if anything goes wrong from the general election. We must not hear that the BVAS machine isn't working. If we can't get it right this time, then we are doomed as a nation. The INEC must get it right this time. The INEC must be able to leave a good and a lasting impact on our electoral process. This is the opportunity for the INEC Chairman, Mahmood Yakubu, to be able to right all the wrongs over the last 7.5 years that he's been in office conducting election. This is an election that every Nigerians from all over the world, including the international observers, they are watching closely. They are closely monitoring this. They are going to be closely monitoring this election on election day, because they've already saw the tense situation in Nigeria. And if proper care is not taken, this could trigger mass revolution in Nigeria. So the INEC must be guided from the INEC chairman to the REC returning officers in each state. And also, we want to use this opportunity to call on those REC returning officers. Some of them who are professors who ring election for school start and illiterate. They collect money and they ring the election on behalf of these people because they've been paid. They must desist from this act. This election is not like every other election. This is a complete bug. It is a complete different election from every other election cycle that we've witnessed in Nigeria. The reason is that for the last 7.5 years, unemployment at the highest level, insecurity at the highest level, food scarcity at the highest level, petrol is being sold for 800 naira as of today. This election is different from the election of 2015. 2015, Nigeria was still okay. Things were much better compared to today, because if we are to look at what was sold for 300 naira as of 2015, it's been sold for 3,000 or 5,000 naira as of today. So we cannot make a comparison between the 2015 election and the 2023 election. It's completely different. So the INEC must put their house in order. They must ensure that the BVAS machine is working, because now we had a case of the Osun election, that the BVAS, there was overvoting. How can you have an overvoting while the BVAS machine was being used? So that's the question that all Nigerians are begging for answer from the INEC officials. So we don't want a situation whereby the BVAS machine wasn't working, then people were forced to use manual handling of the electoral process. This will lead to revolution. This will lead to chaos. This will lead to disintegration. So INEC must do all within its power to ensure that Nigeria actually sees a free and fair election on the 25th, that we actually witness a free and fair election on the 23rd on the 20th, sorry, I beg your pardon, on the 25th of February, they must ensure that every polling unit is mounted by a security personnel and also election observers. They must also ensure that the inducement of voters in around polling unit should be completely abolished. They should do this with the help of the Nigerian military, the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Police, and the DSS. Because we are all going through the same thing. We go to the same market every day. We buy meat at the same price. We buy fuel at the same price. We buy a bag of rice at the same price. The wife of the police officer or the wife of the Department of State Security Service, they do not go to a different market. We all go to the same market. We buy things from the same price, the same place. So this is our country. We must fight at all costs to get it right in this year 2023. We must fight to ensure that on the 25th February, the actual winner will be declared. No manipulation, no ringing from the INEC. Professor Yakubu, this is your opportunity to right the wrong. This is your opportunity to tell Nigerians that you want Nigerians to be confident in the electoral process of their country. You can do this for us. You can make it happen by recruiting men with credibility, those that will put their nation first before their personal interests. Those are the kind of person we want to see as returning officer in each of the 36 states of the Federation. We want to see people with good, that has the people at heart, that will choose true democracy over autocracy. People that will choose allegiance over country or allegiance over self-interest. People that will put Nigerian first. Those are the kind of men and women we want to see as the returning officers and presiding officers across the 774 local government in Nigeria. We can't afford to lose this election. We can't afford to go back to Egypt. We must move forward henceforth. INEC, you can make this happen for Nigeria. We are relying on you. We are relying on you to be an unbiased umpire when it comes to 2023 general election. Do not allow anybody to tie your hands, that you will tell Nigerians, my hands were tied. We want your hands to be loose. Loose your both hands and let the will of the people prevail. Let the will of God rule. Let God guide every decision that you are going to make from today till 25th of February. And on the 25th of February, every decision that you are going to make that has anything to do with this election must be guided by the principle of God. Do not allow anybody to induce you with money, with property, with assurance of getting whatever you've not been able to achieve all throughout your life. Because at the end of the day, you have God to answer to. In your own moment, quiet moment, the spirit of those who were killed during the last 7.5 years, the spirit of those who have been going to bed day and night without food in their stomach, the spirit of those who are left to fend for themselves, they work 35 years, no pension. Their spirit will haunt you if you do the contrary on this election. The spirit of the widows, the 16 million children on the street, their spirit will haunt you, Professor Yakubu, if you fail to do the right thing by Nigerians on the 25th of February. Our founding father, their spirit will begin to haunt you. So you must do what is right. You must give Nigeria the opportunity to place their trust again on the Independent Electoral Commission as an unbiased umpire that it was established by the founding father to be. You must not be swayed, or you must not be cajoled by those in the helms of affairs in our nation. Before I continue, I'm going to play a clip, one of my favorite clips that I always like to play in some of my programs.
The Nigerian is on trial. It is not Bola Ahmed Tinubu that is on trial. It is me and you, all of us, as a collective.
The reason I played that clip, I wanted to tell my audience that Nigeria as a nation is on trial. It's not individual candidates. It is we, the people, including the professor in charge of the INEC. You are on trial, Professor Yakubu. So you must do what is right for Nigerians. You must set the ball rolling for the next 4 years. Allow free, credible election in Nigeria. 2023, it is a defining moment for every Nigerian, irrespective of their tribe, their political affiliation, or where they worship. Like I said, every Nigerian buy things from the same market. There's no market for the rich, no market for the poor. The only difference is the rich can afford to jet out of Nigeria whenever they are sick to a private or a more better hospital in another country, while the poor are unable to do that. But you can turn the page now. You can set the ball rolling for Nigerians so that they can be able to elect a true leader that will be able to provide the true dividends of democracy before them, so that everyone can benefit. This is what I am passionately asking from you, the chairman of Independent Electoral Commission. We want to be able to have confidence in you in the electoral process of our nation. We want to be able to have confidence in the INEC, the men and women that work for INEC. That is why I am making this video as a personal appeal on behalf of the Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. I am appealing to you, sir, to leave a good legacy when you leave office, when you bow out of the office. Let this election be your legacy so that we can all be proud of you. When people see your family, they will respect them whenever they come across the family of Yakubu, the former INEC Chairman, when you become the former INEC Chairman, because you are not going to be there forever. Before we continue, let's take a quick break and let me put in something that might interest you, Nigerians.
Just a play, oh, just a play. Sir, I'm an influencer, but I don't have data to follow up matters. My brother, no problem. You no get BBC, you dey shout, we need change, we need a new Nigeria, my brother. Just a play. You think it's funny? They play now, no problem. Just a play. You think say na me you do? Just a play.
Just the play, my people. Just the play. Those of you that doesn't have your PVC, go out there, collect your PVC, and let's hope and believe that the INEC chairman and his fellow officers will do the needful, do the right thing on behalf of Nigeria to allow the will of the people to prevail on it. Thank you, and God bless you, Professor Yakubu. And we look forward to a credible election on the 25th of February 2023. Until next week, same time, same place, I'm out.